Hello, everybody, and welcome to the It's in Queens podcast covering events in the borough between July 26th and August 1st of the year 2018. We're heading towards August.
We're deep in.
Today, we have a tremendous guest.
Good get.
Very, very good get. First, I'm going to introduce myself, which is Rob Mackay from the Queens Tourism Council. Over here, we have Chris Donovan, who, if you read the news today, survived.
Don't read the news today.
The daily news.
Cuts.
50% of the staff was cut, but they need him over there, and he's still standing.
Sorry to my friends who were not with us.
It's bad news because the Daily News has always been a great Queens paper.
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
really sad to see this happening, but we got to save it.
We'll get better.
We'll get better. Let me also say, Jayson Simba.
Hello.
Tell us. Okay, so first of all, that I've noticed is that he is the organizer and the founder and the chief bottle washer for the Kew Gardens Festival of Cinema.
That is
Not
correct.
a film festival. It's the
Kew Gardens Festival of Cinema.
Festival of Cinema.
So, and that's coming up. It actually starts on August 3rd, although there's a special food event on July 30th. 31st. You see, I just, ever since the funding dropped. Tell us a little bit about, I know you've got a lot of stress, so I thank you very much for coming out here. I'm sure you got a lot to do. Tell us a little bit about the Festival of Cinema.
So this year, we wanted to make things bigger and better. The Festival of Cinema, the Kew Gardens Festival of Cinema, because we're not just a regular film festival, we are a Festival of Cinema. We're showing 110 films, music videos, web series. And I guess that's it.
Animation.
We will have animation. We have films of all lengths and genres. We have short films, feature films. We have fantasy, action, thriller, animation.
Any documentaries?
We do. We have. I want to say we have not too many. They weren't a big seller last year, so we cut back on the documentaries. But we have about 10 really good ones.
Nice.
Most of them playing at the Queens Museum, and we have a couple of them playing at the at our new home, which is the Regal Midway in Forest Hills.
Oh, okay.
So
you're not at the Kew Garden, the Independent Film Festival.
The Film Festival of Kew Gardens is not in Kew Gardens. It's we actually a last minute development. Regal found out about us. We had been fighting for. We have been going for a sponsorship from the mayor's office of media and television since the beginning.
What annual is it?
2016 is when we first started putting.
2016.
This is the third annual.
This is the second.
2016.
We ended up. We started in 2016, but the festival didn't launch until August 2017. We formed the nonprofit, the organization, the whole thing in the end of 2016, and launched the festival that the following summer. Mm-hmm. So since 2016, September 2016, we've been going after the mayor's office, and then they kept they kept saying we can do it. One of their things was one of the stipulations was that you had to have something free, offer something free at the festival.
Sure.
So last year we offered a lot for free,
right.
and then at the last second they were just like, oh well, we're sorry, we can't do it.
Right.
And it was like, well, now we have all the free programming. We could have made money here.
That's right. It's just money.
It's just money.
But it actually, it worked in our favor because the free programming turned out to be very popular.
And you got a lot of people,
yeah, we had and we have the free outdoor screening in Flushing Meadow Park. So that was a huge attraction.
I remember that.
So this year we're like, let's do it again. Let's still offer free programming at the Queens Museum, and we went back to the mayor's office to continue negotiations. Like, hey guys, you asked us to do this last year. We were a success, but you guys at the last minute backed out for whatever reason. So they came on this year as a sponsor. They were like, we looked at all your stuff. They signed the papers. They sent us the agreements, the contracts, and we were officially sponsored and endorsed by the mayor's office of media and television.
Great.
Nice.
So
And the Queens Tourism Council.
That's right. There you go. That's the one that's going to put you over the top.
That's the hard one. Yeah.
And so the very next day, after we signed and everything went down, we got an email from Regal, and they wanted to sponsor the whole festival.
Oh, wow.
So it was the way things worked out. It was kind of it wasn't the greatest situation because I guess because of the way the theater that we were in, the Kew Garden Cinemas, their programming or whatever wasn't allowing us to have an opening night that would have that would have been practical.
Correct.
That would have, like they want us to have an opening night at 3:00. in the afternoon
On
on a
opening
Friday.
That
afternoon.
would have been tough.
Let's
Yeah.
go over the broad strokes.
Oh yeah,
100 and how many?
110 films,
Okay.
and by films, it's
And-
short film and
Yeah.
music
How old
videos
is
and-
how long is the shortest?
A minute and a half.
Okay,
maybe?
and the
Right.
longest.
And the
2
longest
hours?
is like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And foreign films or
Foreign films, we have more foreign films this year. Foreign feature films. We've got about 15 feature foreign films.
Mm-hmm. And what about Queens filmmakers or movies about Queens?
So we did do that last year. We didn't have anything like that, and people were wondering like, why wouldn't you do something like this? So we listened, and
Right.
and this year we have our first Saturday. Most of the early blocks, we have a whole short block of films made in and around specifically Kew Gardens and Forest Hills. That block actually sold out last month.
Oh,
So
nice.
There's not even tickets
look
available
at
for
that.
that anymore.
Fantastic.
Look
Good
at
luck.
that.
And then we do have more local stuff throughout the 10 days from local.
And the are there two screening? It's Queens Museum and the Regal. The Regal, which is on Queens Boulevard and
71st?
71st.
Yeah, it's like
Avenue.
71st and yeah,
Continental,
71st and Queens
right
Boulevard.
there. It's the F and the East train
That's
hub.
right there. Great.
As
great
well
place.
as the R and the
G.
the G.
Yeah, I
or
think it's
the
four,
M,
four
right?
lines.
Oh, the M.
So that's
Yeah, Long Island Railroad.
another place, and the Long Island Road. Is there a
That's
third
right.
venue?
So there is, but the third venue is strictly for. It's on the last Saturday on August 11th, and it's for the panels. We're doing two Q&A panels with Meet the Judges, where all the jury that just watched and awarded the films. You get to meet them all. They're gonna do it's a moderated panel, and we're also doing a panel on diversity. It's called a Change Overdue, and it's we invited some of the filmmakers whose films we're showing of color, of ethnic backgrounds, women, and it'll be a panel of about 7 filmmakers discussing the challenges of being a minority in filmmaking.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right, that sounds fantastic. And so, with the screenings, they're arranged in blocks.
They
different
are arranged in
thematic
blocks.
Okay.
Yes.
And in many many times you have the opportunity to meet the filmmakers, or
Whenever they come in, yeah. Right now, we do have a lot of confirmations from filmmakers. So after every film, or after every film block, because every film block has about 1 to 3 short films and then a feature. And then after everything plays, we call all the filmmakers up to the front of the screen on the stage, and we do a Q&A with the audience, like a 15-minute Q&A with the audience.
Oh, nice.
And afterwards, they could hang out in the lobby and meet anyone. Everyone could talk to them. Whatever they
That's
want
very
to do.
cool.
And now, have you seen all the movies?
I have. I have seen all the movies.
So all
that,
of them are sort of Jayson Simba approved.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very good.
yes.
Okay. And where can people get more information?
You could visit our website, www.qgardens. That's Kew, not the letter Q. Kew Gardens.
You got to remember this is Queens. It's
Yeah.
KEW.
Festivalofcinema.org or .com. Or you can find us on Eventbrite, Kew Gardens Festival of Cinema.
Okay. And also tell us about you have a big food event that sort of kicks it all off.
Yes,
The
so
first-
this year, it's the hopefully first annual. It's called the Midsummer Night's Feast, a celebration of food, art, and cinema. We had this crazy idea to expand the festival to get us, I guess, to attract people who are not into film. We want a broader audience. So we had this crazy idea early on. Hey, why don't we do? We have Yelp as a sponsor, and Queens Museum. And last year, Yelp and Queens Museum did a food event, and I was there. And so I spoke with both the people at Yelp and the Queens Museum. I said, hey, since both of you are sponsors of the Kew Gardens Festival of Cinema, why don't we all get together and do a big food event?
That'd be great.
And kind of use that to kind of launch the festival to get people aware of the festival. And so that's happening July 31st.
Terrace on the Park.
Terrace on the Park is the gala, is the closing night gala.
You
the
said
closing night
okay,
gala.
So where's the food event?
So the food event is inside the Queens Museum. It's
inside
an
the
indoor
Queens-
event.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And we right now we
Fantastic.
have over 20 vendors. I want to say it's between 20 and 25 food vendors that we
Okay.
have. So exciting.
That sounds like a lot. And so most of the show times are at night? Or?
The show times are from 1. The earliest film starts at, actually, we have a Friday 12:30 p.m. But on average, most of the showings, other than that one, all the movies start at 1 o'clock. And the last showing is usually about 8:30, with the exception of our Midnight Madness Friday night film, which we're really excited about. We have a really crazy, sick horror film that we're playing on Friday,
Nice.
Friday,
Wow.
August 10th, and that's
Okay.
at midnight.
Ooh, Friday
And then
night.
after the movie's over, everyone stays in the theater and tells ghost stories?
That particular night, so we have a lot of parties that happen with right? And we
Right.
tell their horror stories. We have a networking event happening that night as well. So I don't know if it'll still be going on. I think the movie will end at 2. But we do have a networking event going on that night at around 10 o'clock. So.
So let me just say that I remember. So I've known Jayson for a couple of years, and I know that last year you were very happy with the response and how many people showed up, which is why you're doing it again. So we're expecting thousands of people.
Yeah. Well, last year we had 3,000 people over the course of 10 days.
Nice.
This year, hoping for 4,000. We really want to double it.
Bring a friend.
But between the food event, it's kind of unofficially official part of the festival. Between that food event and the and everything else and the festival, we're hoping to bring. We're really hoping to bring at least attract about at least 4,000 people.
Fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Queens has it all, right?
Absolutely.
So remember, that is the Kew Gardens Festival of Cinema.org and .com or Google.
Right.
KEW.
KEW.
Jayson, will you stay with us while we go over the
Sure,
the
absolutely.
Stuff? I know that this is the stuff that happens the week before the festival.
Right, so you
cinema
can you don't
starts.
right, you don't have
So
to
this
feel
is-
bad
this is
about
how you
attending
warm
any
up.
of
This
these.
is
Right.
if you're not too stressed out, keeping all these things up in the air.
You gotta work your eye muscles so you're ready for the next
That's
week, right?
Actually, there
And
are
what do we
couple of-
have?
There are a couple of film series.
Look at
starting
that.
maybe do you know the See It Big program at the Museum of the Moving Image?
I do not know that.
So
I'm not
they
familiar
do
with that.
an annual thing, which is just to show classic musics on big screens,
Right.
right?
Okay.
And so they're gonna, over the course of the year, they'll show like The Sound of Music, West Side Story, Hello Dolly, Cleopatra, all those kind of things. But they're starting on July 26th. What day is that? July 26th. Today is the 22nd.
That's Friday.
So that's
I think.
Friday.
Friday.
So this Friday they're actually starting with a
Thursday.
Space Odyssey.
Thursday.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
Because Friday
July
the
26th.
27th, I have a concert. And
And that's
Friday,
Friday?
and Saturday the 28th, the Boy George and Culture Club are at
Boy
Forest
George.
Hills.
That's true. Okay, so starting on Thursday.
That's how I remember
they're
things,
doing
yeah.
a sort of a Space Odyssey, 2001 Space Odyssey.
That's got to be
run.
great to be on a big screen,
They're gonna,
right?
Yeah, that's the idea, and
Yeah.
they're going to show it. Let me see. The 26th, the 27th, the 28th twice, the 29th twice, August 2nd and August 3rd, August 4th and August 5th. So there are a lot of chances if you want to see it on the widescreen.
Great.
I don't even. Is that the one with the computer? How?
How? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Are you too young? For
No, I saw it. I was bored out of my mind when I saw it.
Were you? Wow. Okay. So in other words, it would not have made the Kew Gardens.
It probably would have because of its artistic merit, but it's just not my
Cup of tea.
Yeah, not my.
I
cup of
remember
tea.
not getting it. The same venue, Museum of the Moving Images, also has a LGBTQ Brazil festival.
Nice.
Series program where they're going to show 5 or 6 movies filmed in Brazil that are LGBT themed. Yeah. That's the 28th and 29th, Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday.
I forgot to ask you, are there LGBT themed movies?
There are.
LGBTQ?
Yeah, we have something for everybody.
Something for everyone. There's also, we talked about last week how there's so many outdoor festivals and film festivals.
Now's the time.
We'll just continue. The international film series that's going on at Queens Museum, your place. They're going to show. They showed something from Ecuador last week.
Yes.
They're showing something from Ghana. This week again, it's July 26th. It's outdoors in the lawn.
Right.
And it's apparently it's a very funny movie about a couple that have a baby and they're in a rural area. They have to get to the city and they miss their bus, and then hilarity ensues. Right. Hilarity ensues. So there are a lot of chances to warm up, to whet your appetite.
That's right.
For film coming up here. I'm gonna do something. Now I'm gonna put I actually have a confession to make.
Oh, confession time.
I have a problem.
Yeah.
I am now about to put on this manufacture this thing that was born that a friend of mine bought for me in Dwayne Reed, pair of glasses. Because today I went to buy a pair of glasses at my optometrist.
Right.
I've lost 8 pairs in a year.
Wow.
Somebody,
you've got a problem,
right? So the
I think
only thing I have left is this
actually,
one
this is
that
not a
bought to me as
podcast. This is
joke.
now an intervention.
This is right. Anyway, I'm now going to put on the Dwayne Reed bought non-prescription plastic glasses
Whatever
that I
gets you
was
through the
given a
night,
couple
but-
years ago as a joke,
Right.
because I don't have any actual custom-made ones. We have two interesting things related to Native Americans, which I think are interesting. We're talking about.
Sure.
The first one is on the 26th again. The Matinecock tribe.
The
which,
original Flushing.
The original Flushing
tribe,
residents. I mean, they call themselves the Matinecock tribe of Queens and Long Island, because isn't there a town in Long Island, in Nassau
There
County
is.
called
It's-
Matinecock?
Yeah, right by Glen Cove-ish. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's North Shore.
North Shore.
It's very nice.
Gold Coast.
Very, very nice.
Very high household income.
Right. But their actual members of the Matinecock tribe will be in a panel discussion talking about their culture, their history,
Nice.
their customs, their dances, and stuff like that. And I was reading actually some of the bios of the people who were there, and it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
These are people that dress in American clothes, or whatever you want to call it, the clothes we wear. They live here. Like, one guy lives in Little Neck and lives a regular life, but he also maintains all the traditions of the Matinecock tribe.
Very interesting.
So that's kind of interesting to find out about, because I'm sure they're all over.
Absolutely.
Queens and other places. The other thing is that at the Queens County Farm Museum, which we love. Have you ever been to the Queens County?
I never
great.
knew there was such a thing.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
how many acres is it? 80. It's the oldest continually operating working farm in New York State.
Where is it?
Dates back to the 1600s.
Like
it's
Douglaston,
Glen
Little Neck?
Oaks
Oh, Glen
is
Oaks.
the neighborhood,
Oh,
but that
okay.
is
Douglaston
near
Parkway.
It's on the way to I think it's like the exit before Douglaston on
Yeah.
they have everything. They have a corn maze, but they make wine there.
Mm-hmm.
They have all kinds of Swiss chard and those kind of things. They have a petting zoo.
Yep.
And they also have an apple orchard. And every year there's this thing called the Midsummer Powwow, where 40 different people from 40 different
Tribes.
Yeah, I don't know which. I used to use the term Native American, but they apparently, according to this thing, Indian nations is the new thing. But more than 40 of these people, they have a dance competition, and they're all dressed up and they're doing that kind of stuff in the apple orchard.
Right.
Wow.
It's a fantastic
This is the year after year.
Yeah,
They've
it's
done that?
every year, they do it every year, and it's all weekend. It's the 27th, the 28th, and the 29th. So there's stuff going on.
Friday,
And
Saturday, Sunday.
of course, on the side there'll be people selling jewelry and food. And all
Great
that kind of
crafts.
stuff.
Home, right.
Great kind of crafts. So that's kind of fun. A couple of other things I wanted to mention. Beer.
Oh, here we go.
Who doesn't like beer?
Finally.
Who doesn't like beer? Homer Simpson is coming in from Springfield for the Queens Beer Festival, which is going to be at LIC Landing. Do you know? Oh, this is interesting. Do you know how many breweries we have in Queens now?
I do not. I know when the number was growing. But
I
don't
think
know.
we've hit double digits now.
Oh, it's got to be a 10.
Yeah, we've got to be.
With
So
the addition of McKellar, right?
there's a sort of an explosion of Queens breweries, and they're all
Yeah.
getting together. My understanding is that they kind of get along.
They all could, yeah, they do. I mean,
the
they all-
different breweries are not sort of competition.
How could you share a beer with somebody and not
Exactly.
enjoy their company, right?
So they're going to be unlimited samples, and I know. So Alewife, Big Alice, Bridge and Tunnel, Descendant Cider. Now, is that the one? That's actually not. That's cider. They make it in Mazpad. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fifth Hammer.
Yep.
Finback, which is the
Okay.
Glendale
Yeah,
one.
Right.
Icon NYC. Now that one I'd never heard of before.
No.
LIC Beer Project.
Sure.
Mickler NYC, which is the new one at City Field.
City
City Field
Field
just opened up a brewery. They have it in a tap room.
Oh, I
kind
think I
of
did
deal.
hear about that.
Rockaway, which was
Is in-
located in Long Island City, but now they just moved to Rockaway.
Right.
Single Cut and Transmitter. So that's a lot.
Nice.
That's a lot
Look at
going on.
that.
Wow.
The only thing missing is actually Queens Brewery.
Right. And we do have Queens Brewery.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I just did get on the list, or so maybe they're coming.
So wait,
I hope
is there
so.
a fee for this event, or you just go in?
Yeah,
and
it's
just get
a
drunk?
fee.
Oh.
It's $32, but then it's unlimited samples.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't go
So
wrong with
you
that.
can try, you can try all of them, and you can try all their different sizes. I've been to Rockaway. Well, the Rockaway has a tap room in LIC, and they give you those plates where you get all the different kinds.
Flights.
The flight, yeah.
The flights.
Flights, you call
Yeah,
those?
flights of beer.
Yeah, and that's kind of fun. You can get a dark and a pale ale.
Yeah.
and
Try
all
them all
that.
out.
Yeah.
Give them a shot.
Yeah, I also went to Big Alice. They did the same thing. At the time they were making a beer with donuts in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that would be the Homer Simpson special.
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely.
So that's kind of a lot of fun. You're supporting local business. LIC Landing is beautiful. It's outside, but it also has has a tremendous view.
Usually
and it has
during
the roof.
Queen's Restaurant Week, Finback will have like a place where they're doing dinner and a match of beer with each.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Finback. I've never been, but I do know people that have toured, and they said it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe next year
Get a beer.
we could get a beer sponsor from a local beer.
Well,
I'm happy to introduce you.
Well,
to
no,
people.
it's funny you mentioned that because our opening night film, where there's a ton of parties, which I haven't mentioned or
Right.
talked about, but our opening night film has an after party at Austin's Ale House, and they have reached out. I think they have like 5 or 6 breweries from Queens that will be doing tastings.
there you go.
At the
There
after
you go.
party.
Yeah.
There you go.
Austin Ale House
So
is
you
great,
go.
too.
So you go this night to learn how great it is. Then you go back to the second
Yeah,
one. You
August
can't get
3rd.
enough. The other things I wanted to mention was we have a full moon coming up, and you know what that means. You know what a full moon means in
All the
Queens.
crazy people come out.
Actually, no. It means that there's a full moon drum circle at
There you
Flushing
go.
Town Hall.
Oh, that too.
They do it all the time. They do
Is
it
that
all
true?
the time. Yes.
I didn't know that part.
This week, this full moon,
Right.
the theme is Peru, and
Okay.
it will have a Peruvian drummer who will teach you about the different kinds of percussion that they have in Peru. You know, the cajon or the box.
Yep, the box.
Yeah. He'll be teaching that. They'll have stuff to play it on, and other people will come, and you can bring your own drums. And after the workshop, everyone gets together and does a drum circle under the full moon. Flushing Town Hall has a garden, a nice garden.
Yes, really nice garden.
That was
yeah.
going to be my question.
Yeah.
So you'll be outdoor full moon, and you'll be playing the drums.
Yeah.
So that's something.
I'm going to learn Ozzy Osbourne's "Bark at the Moon" for that specific occasion.
Maybe that could be their theme next
Hopefully,
time.
yeah. I mean, if
Ozzy
they talk
Osbourne.
to me,
they could
yeah,
bring in Ozzy Osbourne. Is he still alive? Yeah, he is.
Well, according to him, he is. The rest of us.
There's no brain
there's
brain
nothing
activity,
left,
but he's
yeah,
alive. Also, hip hop in the park. Ralph McDaniels. I know you're a hip hop guy.
Absolutely.
Ralph McDaniels, not
familiar with
McDonald's.
No.
His rhymes are his, but the burgers are Ronald's. Ralph McDaniels, who grew up in Queens, and has then gone on to tremendous success
Yeah,
with
big
Run
time.
DMC and other acts and
Right.
things. He is putting together a family-friendly hip-hop festival at Socrates Sculpture Park.
Oh, Socrates, our
Yep.
buddies. Yeah.
And it is going to focus on the 4 elements of hip-hop.
Really? What are they?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not aware of
curious
these.
to know.
Well, all
I saw
right,
the
so-
fifth element. Is that anything to do with it?
The
Lulu
4
Dallas?
elements. Ready?
Yeah.
MCs,
Sure.
DJs,
MCs, DJs.
dance troops,
Okay.
graffiti art.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're gonna have all of that right there. And I know you're a hip hop guy, so
That's
maybe
right.
you'll want to.
I'm going to tag up.
Yep. The other thing that I'd like to, so that's sort of worth talking in depth about is foraging. Did you know how delicious Queens parks are?
I had no idea.
Forest Park. Do you know how many wonders are in Forest Park?
No. Enlighten me, please.
Well, have you ever heard of Wildman Steve Brill?
no.
He's
I
Really?
know
You
this
know?
name.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's been around for years, and he leads foraging expeditions through all the parks, Central Park, everything. And what he does is he takes people out there and he explains all the different kinds of grass and herbs and other things that grow
That are
in
edible?
city parks, what are edible and what they are good for, and all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And so you go out and he's like, oh well, this you can make tea out of it and this, and so he's leading a walk through Forest Park on the 28th. He will teach you. Not only do you get to learn about Forest Park and be outdoors, you get to learn about the stuff you can eat that's growing in your backyard, literally.
Wow.
Yeah. Other things just to mention quickly. Sundays on the Lawn. An Indian American artist who mixes rap and jazz will be at Queens Museum. They do an outdoor Sunday program. There's a festival. Let me put on my.
Get them on. Get those readers on.
Guelaguetza Festival, which focuses
Bless.
on the culture from the 8 different regions of Oaxaca.
Okay.
Oaxaca is, of course, Chris's favorite Mexican state,
Oh.
right? You're all about Quintana Roo, right?
I am.
Quintana Roo is that's where Cancun is. Quintana
Oh, okay.
Roo, yeah.
Cool.
I've
been to Isla Mujeres as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm all about Chiapas. That's my favorite
Okay,
Mexican
yeah.
state.
We'll have a fight outside.
Yeah. Anyway, music, dance, and crafts. I know they do a great dance with everyone. Everyone carries a pineapple. It's
Okay.
called La Pina. Yeah.
All right.
That's at Socrates. Bruce Springsteen cover band on the 29th at McNeil Park in College Point.
Okay.
Dance Entropy, which is a Long Island City-based dance troupe.
Mm-hmm.
They will be performing for free at the Gantries on the 31st.
Oh, live from the
outdoor.
Gantries,
Live
Tuesday
from
night?
the Gantries. Yep, part of Live from the Gantries. And Volker Orth Museum.
Oh,
which
I haven't heard from them in a bit.
We love the Volker
Yeah,
Orth
they're
Museum.
great.
It's a historical house, Dutch historical house in Flushing. They do stuff. They're doing this Wednesday. They're doing their second to last of their summer series. It's called "It's for Birds," and it's an introduction to bird watching. But not only is there an introduction to bird watching, you will always learn how to make a nest, and they have birds' nests, and you will look at different kinds of birds' nests and learn how they construct it, and then you will actually construct it.
Nice. They should
Wow.
get together with our friends at the Alley Pond Park.
They
who are
should. Oh, they
the
should. They should.
Ornithological Society.
So that is pretty much all, unless I'm missing anything.
What do we have this week? Usually in a story, we usually have a movie or a concert.
No, I don't think. Well,
take a
I
break,
looked
1
through
week
and didn't
break?
find it. Yeah.
Okay.
So all right.
Well,
you can go on our website and you can see we have a list of all the outdoor films that are showing in the month of July, which
Right.
is it's
Lots.
insane. That's how many are going
time
around.
to get out of the house in July.
Time to get out of the house in July. But if you have nothing else to add, I'd like to get back to our friend over here.
No,
Our-
please.
our-
I'm
Our
dying to-
invitado de lujo.
I'm dying to hear more.
Jason, tell us a little bit
Yes,
about
sir.
yourself. Are you a Kew Gardens native? Or?
I am actually a Glendale native.
Oh, are you really?
I am. I actually
You know that's
still live
where
there.
that's where Archie Bunker.
Yes.
That's where it goes.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm right by there.
You're off
I
Cooper?
was. I'm kind of by. Let me see. I'm on Union Turnpike in Woodhaven.
Okay.
So
you
across
go.
the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Union
So
Turnpike in Woodhaven.
and at one point I did live on Aubrey, which I think actually. No, it doesn't. It doesn't hit Cooper, but it's like a block. Cooper's like around the corner from Aubrey Avenue.
Right.
Yeah. I was born and raised in Queens. I was actually.
Where'd you go to
born in-
school?
I went to elementary school. I went to PS 113, which I think is expanded now. It's an IS 113. My junior high school is no longer there, and then I went to Performing Arts, LaGuardia High School. Performing Arts,
Nice.
Okay.
so Manhattan. But yeah. I was born and raised in Glendale, Queens, and then I've since moved around. So there was a point when I lived like in Woodhaven, Jamaica. Then I lived in Forest Hills. And then my parents retired and moved to Florida, and I took over the apartment.
Oh,
So I'm back in Glendale.
There you go.
You're back. Okay. Wow, that's
Back where all
nice.
the magic began.
Yeah,
That's
back-
it. Full circle.
That's good. No, that's that's.
What was the genesis of the film festival?
Are you an actor?
I am.
Performing arts.
there you
That's
go.
yeah. See that was my background, and that is my background. I went to school for acting for years,
Okay.
and I had in 2014 work kind of dried up. I stopped. I hadn't. That was the last time I did a TV show, so I went back to stage. And I did stage for 2 years.
Okay.
So it was at the end, like a summer of 2016, that I decided, how do I get back into the film world? And I have a lot of independent film maker friends,
Mhm.
and they were working on projects, and I was just like, hey, why don't I, joking around, I said, you know what, why don't I start a film festival and we'll just show all your films? And all of a sudden they were like, yeah, that's a good idea. And I was kind of joking around, but then I started thinking about, like, hey, wait a minute, maybe we can do this. And then I kind of started planning everything in my head, started asking around, started asking if anyone wanted to join me in this quest to create this festival. And and then it is what it became today. And my acting career is out the window.
Look at that.
And it's still haven't given up hope. But I've gained 70 pounds, so I'm not even camera ready anymore.
Gained 70 pounds.
70
Wow.
pounds from this damn thing. I
Because
was
the
in
food is
best shape of
so
my life.
good in Glendale.
Oh yeah, the food, the stress is so great. But yeah, that's my story pretty much.
So that's your story.
Yeah.
Okay, and what would you say? Like, is there a mission statement or what the Kew Gardens Festival of
I mean,
Cinema?
really, our goal is just to show truly independent film and give the little guys a chance.
Okay.
It's one of the greatest things that happened last year is that when people attended the film festival, they people were in the Q&As, audiences were raising their hands and they were saying we didn't expect independent film to be this good.
Right.
Everyone, when they think of the word independent film, they're thinking like amateur, student, black and white, avant-garde, something that's not going to make sense, and that's the kind of like the stereotype, the idea that everyone thinks. So we want to kind of kill that stereotype and show people that there are independent film out there that are made for a fraction of Hollywood movies. movies cost $100,000 and less,
Right.
and they are just as good, talent-wise, production value-wise. They're just as good as these Hollywood films.
I would
And,
argue that a lot of times they're better.
Right.
They
don't,
are.
They don't have
They
product
are.
placement. They don't have
need, and they don't need the happy ending. They can
don't-
end the way
Right.
they
All the
want. They're
Hollywood
not doing
films are so
focus
formulaic.
groups.
It's like,
Yeah,
here's
that's
the
true.
beautiful woman.
That's very true.
Here's
Yeah.
the car chase. Here are the gadgets.
Right.
You know, but yeah.
Hey,
I
listen,
agree.
Kevin Smith came out of the independent cinema.
Sure.
He started
He did.
his first film was on his parents' credit cards, and he went on and become a great.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about the guy from Long Island.
For New Jersey, Kevin
Oh,
Smith.
okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
and then the other guy from Long Island.
yeah, the
too.
guy
Yeah,
from
Brothers
Long Island.
McMullen guy.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
I forget his name.
And tell us a couple of things. What do you love about Queens?
what do I love about Queens? The quietness, I suppose.
In Glendale?
as opposed to the city, it's all loud. It's funny. My girlfriend and I, who've been together for like 10 years, don't ask why we're not married or living together even. But
You're not getting any younger. You're not getting any younger.
But
Make your
you know,
parents happy down there in Florida.
When I stay at her place, like I can't get sleep because all you hear is the honking and the traffic. And she lives on the 12th floor of a high rise, and I still just noise. I get back to my place, I pass out in peace. I live right by Forest Park, so
Right.
it's just quiet. Wake up to the birds chirping. I'm good.
Favorite restaurant? Favorite restaurant in Queens? We always ask.
Oh
that.
my God, favorite restaurant in Queens.
And give me top 3.
Let me see. The place I really like. I mean, I don't know if I would say it's my favorite, but I go there a lot. Is Sanford's in Astoria.
Oh yeah,
I
great
really
place,
like.
great brunch.
Yeah, that's usually what I go for.
Yeah.
We eat a lot on this show.
Yeah.
We talk about food a lot
Yeah.
on this show. Okay.
What's the point of living if we can't enjoy our food,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Well,
Exactly.
you just made me realize that you live near Forest Park, so it won't be hard for you to get to the Wild
Foraging.
Man Steve Bill.
It will
Bill
not. It
foraging
will not.
tour.
That's
So we'll
probably why I've
expect to
heard
see
of
you
him, because
there.
I think he's done tours around here before. Yeah.
The man who ate New York City.
there you go.
All right. Anything else? What are we missing? All right.
I don't
think
know.
we're good. We said a lot
yeah.
today.
We said a lot. It's a good show. Thanks to our,
Thanks to our special
invitado
guest.
de lujo.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Everyone, please remember Kew Gardens Festival of Cinema, and remember
Support independent filmmaking.
supporting it and Queens.
and Queens.
Go out to restaurants before and after. You
That's
go to
right.
the
Share it on social media.
Exactly.
Right? What's your hashtag for the festival? Anything?
It's hashtag KGFC Film Fest.
KGFC.
KCFC.
KGFC.
KGFC.
Not
Film
K,
Fest.
yeah,
Film
not,
Fest.
not KFC.
Not
Right,
K.
not KFC.
KGFC.
And don't forget us. It's in Queens.
That's
It'sInQueens.com. Hashtag It's in Queens. Thank you all for your time. I really hope you will enjoy some of the wonderful things that this borough offers this weekend.
They should.
And thank you to our Jayson Simba.
A special guest.
Thanks always to Mr. Christopher Donovan.
Thanks to everyone.
We're
Thank you,
very
guys. Thank you
appreciative.
for
We're
having me
very
on.
appreciative
Oh, yeah.
today. All right. See
We'll
you
see you
guys
next
soon.
week.
Hope to see you out in the borough.